All right, yay! So welcome everyone, Team Living Fit and Follow Your Bliss family, to our team call tonight. Tonight we're going to do a Q&A with Ashley and I. We used to do these monthly, and then somehow we haven't had one in a long time, so we figured we'd do one again. Mm-hmm. Did you have anyone ask any questions, Ashley? So if you have any questions, you can, if you haven't already asked them, like in the group or something, just you can type them in the chat box or wave your hand or unmute yourself. We'll call on you or read them out. I'm gonna look to my event.
I don't see it. Let me see. Okay. Okay, does anyone have, Okay, I will tell you what I've been doing for my boot camps lately. I feel like I'm getting really good interaction from them. So what I do is I start the Wednesday before the boot camp starts, and I do what is my posting? So I can share, I think my team has access to it, but I can share my posting schedule with you, but it's a welcome, introduce yourself. I have them answer questions. That's like their first, basically what you want to do when your boot camp starting is get them comfortable with answering easy questions. And the cool thing is once you are running boot camps, you start having people that go, and I've heard coaches that are like, I have a boot camp groupie. They just go from group to group to group. It's like, yeah, that's a good thing. You want those. And even if they're your coaches, because there's been people that I've heard complain about like, well, I have this coach and she just wants to be in all of my boot camps. It's like, yeah, that's okay. You're still their coach. Even if they're a coach, maybe they just want the discount and they still want support from you. So you are here to offer them whatever they need. If they're wanting to run or if they're like adding people to your groups all the time and stuff, then you want to say, you know what, girl, it's time to do your own. Let's, pair you up with someone or whatever, but time to do your own. But the people that want to work with you, that's fine. They should be able to do that every month. So the cool thing about that is when they move from group to group, they're comfortable with the posting, and once you start getting some people to post, then it encourages the people that were not going to post, that were uncomfortable with posting, to start posting as well. So I just try to do easy things. So day one, I have them, or Wednesday, actually I have the schedule up. Let me just see. I'll just share my screen. Well, I don't even think I need to share my screen. Okay, so Wednesday before my start, I have just them like, I welcome them, have them answer the questions. Why are you committing to this challenge? Where do you live? Your occupation? Tell us about your family, whatever. Introduction. Thursday, I go live and show them how to do access everything on Beachbody On Demand, what the meal plan, like where their meal plan is and the programs. I show them the Fix 8 cooking show, and I do that. And then I have them in the PM, that's like my AM post. In the PM, I'll have them tell me if they're going to be AM or PM worker outers, and to like schedule that out and talk about being committed to their workouts. And then I also post a calendar or a contract for them to sign. So the contract, I will share that with you guys because I feel like that really helps a lot of people. So let me share my screen on this. Okay, so I have them do this contract, and I should like delete current weight because actually I'll do this. Does not matter. Weight means shit. So now I've just updated my contract to say I don't give a shit about how much you weigh, and you shouldn't either. And then I just have them, they can either print this out and like, then they take a picture and post it after they sign it, or they can retype this up, or they can handwrite it out. But this has been really huge, I feel like. And what I wanted to include, and I don't think I did, is that I will be, it is in here. Okay, so here's what I have them say. I, Ashley Molstead, hereby commit to starting today to achieve the weight loss that I know I want and need to feel good about myself. I hereby take sole responsibility for my health, and I'm willing to make permanent changes in my diet and exercise habits in order to live a healthier lifestyle. Starting today and moving forward, I will no longer be denied the success I deserve. This is an important day in my life, the day I make the final commitment to do what needs to be done to consistently focus on my goal and eat healthy every hour, every day, every week moving forward. I will no longer make excuses or justify my current unhealthy diet and lifestyle. I understand my goal is going to be reached by developing new healthy habits over time. I understand I will not have to settle with my current health and weight. I understand I must submit photos and measurements to my coach every week. This is huge for them to stay committed. I have the power to change my relationship with food to one that supports my desire for a new healthy lifestyle. Lastly, I understand that I'm required to send my coach, oh, well, it says that in there twice. Good thing I'm reading this to you guys so I can edit the nonsense. Okay, lastly, I understand I'm required to send my coach updated photos and measurements every week and will be kind to myself as my body makes changes and not give up if I feel like progress isn't happening as fast as I would like. Signature of commitment. As I said in this contract, I understand that my future is my responsibility and I recognize I am capable of achieving my goal. This contract, I think, has been a huge game changer in my boot camps because if people write it out or they're reading it, and it makes them realize, like, I am in control of this, you know, and like, I really do think that requiring them to send weekly photos and measurements is huge because I don't know about you guys, but when I had to do that, I was like so much more focused throughout the week. I didn't have like, I don't know, I was just so much more on it. So this contract has been huge. So I make them do that on Thursday. I post that and then they, you know, can get to it whenever throughout the week. Friday, I talk about the meal plan and have them, you know, go and determine where they're going to be. So these are all pre-weeks leading up, and I share a meal plan that they can use. And then Saturday, I talk to them about personal development. That's a new thing that I've added, but I usually recommend a book for them to read and let them know I'm going to be sharing like quotes and things throughout the challenge because mental health is, I think, more important to your journey than the workouts are. And then Sunday, they do their before photos and measurements. So by now they've done the contract. They're like commenting they're welcome. I'm just asking them, what meal plan are you in? Are you plan A, B? So I'm getting them used to just like commenting. And then Sunday they do their photos and measurements. I don't say that they have to post them in the group, but they have to send them to me. And then people tend to post them in the group as well. And once a few people start doing it, then, you know, they all do it. And then I also do a kickoff call. So I do weekly calls with my boot camps now. That's something new that I've been doing, and that's been really huge for participation, I think, in the groups. So Sunday I do a kickoff call and, you know, welcome them and talk about the meal plan and what I expect and the workouts and staying off the scale and all kinds of things. And I do the one on Sunday, and then I do Monday for the rest of them. Like, I forgot about last night, so I just got off that call. I did it from 5 to 6 tonight. And that, getting them to see face-to-face has been, I think, really huge, and they get their questions answered. So those are the things that I'm doing. And then I schedule 4 posts a day to go into, I do like a motivation one in the morning, a question one in the afternoon, a rate your day, which people have said the rate your day post is really helpful because it makes them kind of think about their day and then they think about it going forward. And then I do what is your workout for the next day and post your sweaty selfie here. So I do that at the late night so that in the morning when they wake up. And I get pretty good engagement. And then because you're posting, you know, they're seeing you a lot and they're required to send you those updated photos and measurements. And you can also do little gifts like weekly giveaways, small little things, or challenger of the week. I do my groups on Facebook, but then I also run them so they can log their Shakeology and their workouts. And if you do that, you can do like the 100 Club, like someone who's 100% doing the workouts and the shakes, and like reward those people and recognize them and shout them out. And I've revamped my challenge group like towards the end of last year, I think maybe December. And that's what I've been doing. It's been working really well. And I get a lot of engagement. And, you know, I'm sure some people fall off, but, you know, most people are seeing really good results and stuff like that. So, Letty, what do you do?
I do basically the same thing you do. The only thing I don't do because my groups aren't as full as you. I don't do live calls, but I do. So instead of doing live weekly calls, I try to go live in my group. So I'll ask ahead of time, you know, what questions do you guys have? Or if they don't have any yet, like I'll think of things to do or things of questions that they might have for week 1, week 2, and 3. So I go live in the Facebook group. And then because I also do in the challenge group, then Challenger app, that I uploaded via YouTube so that I can send it in the Challenger app. But everything else I do the same. And I try to do Challenger of the week. This month was not a good, because with Adam's grandma's death and everything, but I try to do Challenger of the week, and it's just based off of them checking in the Challenger app. Or sometimes I'll just do like fun little, like for the January group or challenge group, I did like the first week. 1 week it was like if they just posted a 15-minute video of them working out to their whatever their favorite workout or move was of their workout. And like week 2 was just like everybody who shared their shake, and week 3 was like everyone who shared one of their meals. And I'll do a challenger of the week like that. So I try to do things like that too, where I have challengers of the week, because that really helps a lot too. And then like Ashley said, I always invite, like once my February group ends, I invite them all to then join my March group. And like Ashley said, you want them to keep joining with you. And those that are actively participating in February, they're going to actively participate in March. So then the new people who are just like more shy, more afraid, once they see everybody else posting, I think that gives them more like confidence and motivation to start posting and participating too. I do the contract too. I think that's really helpful too. The exact same one that Ashley just shared. She sent it to me. Tracy said, do you move them to new groups or keep them in an old group? I open new groups every month. What do you do, Ashley?
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been opening new groups every month, but I saw something in the wall about, in the wall, some of you guys probably have heard us talk about it, but it's once you get to 5-star, you'll be added to this, it's called the wall. I don't know why they call it that, but it's a 5-star and above group for all of Beachbody. So you're in there with anyone that's 5-star and above. And I saw a post in there about a girl who's trying to get them to focus on a 90-day commitment. And I was doing a 30-day commitment because they all fall off towards the end. But she was doing a 90-day commitment because with all access, and then that sets them up for, like, you kind of lets them know, like, I expect a 90-day commitment. And some people, like, you can say I expect a 90-day commitment, and some people will still not give you 90 days. Some people will fall off, right? But you're setting the precedent. I want 90 days. I want, to make this the best quarter of your year. And so that lets them know you're basically wanting them to be on Shakeology for 90 days. They don't have to buy any more programs, but it keeps them on Shakeology longer, which is good for your volume, which is good for any of you tracking to Elite. You get, points for that and stuff. So what I'm going to do, what I was doing was opening a new group every month and moving everyone over. But what I'm going to try now, and I have no idea if this will work or not, but I just told the last boot camp that I did about it, I'm going to start something called the Self-Love Fit Club. And I'm going to keep my group open and just be adding new people in. And I'm going to have like a welcome week every month. And I'm going to change my cover photo that it says, if you're new here, start here. And I will have the links to, like, here's your meal plan. I'll do a video of Beachbody on Demand. I'll post those things in the cover photo so that anyone new, because I don't know about you guys, but if you have a group going and then, like, they're in the middle. So they're like, 2 weeks after you've started your last group, but 2 weeks before your next group, it's kind of like, which one do I put you in? And it sucks for someone that's like wanting to get started to feel like they're behind the 8 ball or to have to wait, I feel like. And so this way, if I add them into the group, I can say, now, check on the cover photo because all the things on how to get started are there. Check all of those out and message me with questions. So that's what I'm going to do starting in April. I have tried doing ongoing groups before and I have not liked them. So I've always gone back to reopening the monthly ones, but I'm going to see how this does with doing that cover photo thing. And, if it's good, then I'll share that with you guys, but I don't know if it's going to be good or not. So we'll see, because it might suck. Because what I think that's really important is 1 week a month to go through all those introduction posts to feel like people are starting a new challenge. So what I'm thinking I might do is every 4 weeks, so I'll do my 30-day challenge still, but then I'll shut down the posting for, week 5, and I'll be the only one that can post, and we'll get all the intros done and, whatever. I'll teach them about the meal plan, and then I'll open it up again for everyone to post. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. So again, I don't know if that's going to work, if it's going to totally suck, but I just had this idea that I want to keep people like with me. And I think if we set the precedent up front, like I want a 90-day commitment from you, then, and people are all excited in the beginning anyway. They're like, they don't want to just do this for 30 days. Everyone's already done a diet for 3 weeks or 30 days and not been successful, and you regress. So I'm thinking if we set a 90-day commitment, they have that in their mind going in, and then of course we're not going to hold them to it, right? If they don't keep their Shakeology, then they don't keep their Shakeology, and that is on them, whatever. But at least they've got that in their head. It's a 90-day commitment, and then just every 30 days I will still be acting like it's a new group, but I just won't move everyone over. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do going forward. Again, I'll keep you guys posted. I'm hoping it's going to be awesome, but I have no clue. Yes, that's what I'm thinking, Heather. So in the banner, in the cover photo, I will say click here. If you're new here, click here, whatever. Maybe I'll put a bunch of transformation photos up there or something, and then say click here. And then in the text or whatever of the cover photo, when they click on it, have information like step 1, do this, step 2, do this, step 3, do this. So I'll have my contract there. I'll have my the video that I do for Beachbody On Demand. I will explain the meal plan in a video. I will then point them to the files where they can go find more resources. So whatever. I haven't figured all of this out yet, but that's what I'm thinking. How will I post workout videos? I won't. I'm going to do yoga every day, but I'm not. I don't care. I'm still showing up. So Letty and I are both starting this 21-day cleanse. Someone asked how you do the workout videos. I'm guessing what you mean is post them on my public profile. I'm still doing a program, and it's a Beachbody program. So it doesn't, you don't have to do an actual workout if you're still doing a program. And I do this once a year, and I'll, get a ton of questions about it. And I'll still have people ask about the boot camps, and so I'll plug them into that. But I think as long as you're doing something and you're showing up and on a system, then I don't think it necessarily matters. Will you still do Letty before? I think you kind of did workouts of the day and stuff like that, fun little things that, because you post those now. So will you do that during your Ultimate Reset?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably do move of the day. And then I'm thinking of doing Country Heat, which I know you're not supposed to work out, but whatever. So that's probably what I'll be doing. But if I don't do Country Heat for whatever reason, then I'll do moves of the day.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I wanted to answer this. So Kristen said, for your first accountability group, is it okay to do one where anyone can do whatever they want? Weight Watchers, Beachbody, Clean Eating. I do not think so, and here's why. There is actually someone that is a Beachbody coach that's super successful, and she runs a group, and she says that Slim Fast is fine to drink. I don't understand this. That is not health. That is not about health. That is not, it drives me crazy. She's a super successful coach. She's like, just join my group, do Slim Fast, it's fine. And I'm like, no, it's not. That's a chemical shitstorm, but okay. So I don't think it's fine. Having said that, there are coaches. You are allowed to do whatever you want. You're the CEO of your own business. My opinion is it should be a Beachbody thing. What I did when I very first started, I think the very first group that I ran was, if you have, you have those programs that you bought. It's a Beachbody program. It had to be a Beachbody program. You have that program. You've got Insanity sitting on your shelf. P90X. You got 21 Day Fix. You bought it and you never did it. Come join my group. It's free. You can do whatever program you want, but it had to be a Beachbody program. I didn't require Shakeology in that one. I just got them in the group to give them the accountability to finish that program that was collecting dust on the shelf. So that's what I did. So if you're going to be open, I would recommend making it at least be a Beachbody thing, and then sharing that with them a meal plan. So I think no matter what program, and I think Beachbody knows this, every program they've come out with since the 21 Day Fix follows basically the 21 Day Fix eating plan. So no matter what program anyone's doing, I would teach them that meal plan in there. That is a ton of free value. And, you know, you can offer people like the sampler pack of Shakeology or Shakeology to add on to it or whatever. And you can be posting that you're drinking Shakeology in there and getting them started, but that's what I would do. I wouldn't do one that is like all over the place because, one, I think people need direction. They need, like, you know, we're all over the place trying to find, like, maybe that's the magic. Maybe that's the magic. And all of these work. Like, Weight Watchers works for a bunch of people. I tried Weight Watchers and it didn't work for me. And I tried a bunch of other things and it didn't work for me. And this works for me. So I think you teach the system that you know works for you and then there's going to be some people that are like, I'm out. This is too hard. I'm not into it, whatever. And that's okay. Because there's also going to be some people that are like committed, are excited that you're giving them stuff, that you're giving them motivation. And I would run it the exact same way. I would ask them to sign a contract. I would ask them to send you updated photos and measurements. I don't kick anyone out that doesn't do that, but I just think I would run it the exact same way so they have that motivation like crazy. And I absolutely would not advocate drinking Slim Fast shakes. That drives me insane that someone is like a health coach promoting that. I don't understand. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, Letty? You think like, what did you do when you first started? Did you run a free group?
Yeah, free groups for me have always been huge, and I still run them. Maybe not, well, yeah, every single month. So I rather do that, but then like Ashley says, like in my free groups, I do 5-day free groups now. They used to be 7, and I cut it down to 5. And I offer them a very simple meal plan. It's very similar to 21 Day Fix, but it's just very simple. And I offer them to get the Shakeology sampler. And for their workouts of the day, I go on YouTube, you guys. And like Shaun T has a lot of workouts on YouTube. Autumn Calabrese has a lot of workouts on YouTube. I think there's a few of Tony Horton. So their workouts are Beachbody workouts. You know how Shaun T has done like Dr. Oz workouts, and he's done like workouts on his page. So they're getting like Beachbody things in the free group so that when the free group ends and I congratulate everybody or whatever, and then I ask them to join our upcoming group, you know, they're already used to Autumn and Tony and Shaun T and, you know, following somewhat of like the 21 Day Fix meal. And those that got the the Shakeology, they use the Shakeology. And something else I do in my free groups now that we can go live is I go live during my workout, like the last 5 minutes or whatever. And they see me doing like hammer and chisel or 21 Day Fix Extreme or whatever I'm doing. I'm like, hey guys, as you know, I'm doing this program. Here's the last 5 minutes. And it's just in the group. But again, they just get to see me. They hear all about our programs, all about Beachbody, 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 Beachbody. So even though it's a free group, it's so centered around everything that we already do. And it's an easier transition for them to then invest in a paid challenge group. I think free groups are awesome. And if you do run free groups, I know someone asked about that. I've made a video not too long ago in that Level Up group. I can share that then. But someone asked about the free groups. The only thing I would say is just give them like the VIP treatment. Like go live in there as much as you can, share as much as you can about Beachbody, but without being like, buy Beachbody, buy Beachbody. It's just like, hey, this is what I'm doing, and this is what helps me. And you're in the free group, I share like I just had my Shakeology, even if none of them are using Shakeology, I share. I just had my shake. Here's my meals. I use these portion control containers, and you can go live and like, you know, make a meal in front of them. Like just expose them to as much as what you're doing to then again, it's an easier transition to then invite whenever you invite them over to a 21 Day Fix or an all access one. But I think just giving them a really good VIP treatment and just treating them like giving them the whole experience, you know, the environment, the community and all of that, like making them feel like, wow, you know, this group is awesome and it was only 5 days. Like I want more. So that at the end of 5 days, when you're like, all right, you know, who's ready to continue the party? They want to continue the party. But then, of course, now they need to make an investment with you to continue the party, whatever that investment is. But yeah, definitely I would never use anything like Slim Fast or anything that's not Beachbody in my free groups, because then whenever I do invite them to 21 Day Fix or All Access or whatever, why would they join me if I already gave them Slim Fast or I gave them Weight Watchers? And those things might work for other people, but you know, we're all about Beachbody. Like Beachbody changed our lives, so I wouldn't recommend anything else.
I do. Whoa.
Let me know.
Okay. I think it's Okay. I do notice that because Letty shared with me her 5-day clean eating thing, and she does share, like, here's a smoothie that isn't Shakeology. Like, here's a green smoothie you can make. So, like, there's a way to do, I just wouldn't advocate something that's, one, not healthy, and two, another, like, I wouldn't be like, do Weight Watchers, because that's not what worked for you, and that's not that's not a system you can plug them into. So I think there's, getting them in a group is really great. But then either do something like that's just here's your veggies and your fruits that you blend up to make your own smoothie. But she also shares, here's a Shakeology recipe, here's some Shakeology things, and then here's some other smoothies in there. So you can do things like that. It doesn't have to be like 100% only Beachbody things. I just wouldn't do something that's not healthy, and I wouldn't do something that's like a system, like Weight Watchers is a system elsewhere, And then Emily said, how long do you wait to start a new group after the free one? So at this point, no matter what, Letty and I are both running at least one challenge group every single month. Letty also runs a 5-day clean eating challenge every single month. So I think if you time it right, you could do you have your 5-day clean eating challenge, and then you have one more week for people to order, and then the next, so maybe be like a 2-week, I don't know, is that what you do, Letty? Like a 2-week thing?
Yeah, I try to do 2 weeks. So in a perfect world, my free group would start the first week of the month. The first week of the month, the first Monday of the month. And then my challenge group would start 2 Mondays later, just to give them enough time. But sometimes it is just 1 week. And sometimes it kind of just works that they just have 1 week because it's more pressure. All right, you guys, we start next Monday. Whoever is going to join us, you guys have to order by no later than, in 2 days or in 3 days. So sometimes that works, but I do, in a perfect world, I try to give them 2 weeks between the free group and the paid group. Doesn't always work that way. Sandy said, what personal development books or audio do you recommend to share in your challenge group?
I always have them do the You Are a Badass. I tried to have people do this as is. It's like a 21-day journal thing, but it just didn't go that well. And so I always, You Are a Badass. It's like the best. But then I was trying to find this thing. It's a whole sheet of personal development books that I'm going to upload into the files section that I also found. And if I can find it, I can share it with you guys. But I always have them start with You Are a Badass. But the reason I'm going to upload a file with a bunch of other things is because now, there's people that are going from boot camp to boot camp to boot camp, and they've already read the You Are a Badass. So, okay. And then every day, you guys, I post a quote from that whatever personal development book you choose to run with your group that month. And I really do think personal development is a really big thing, because I think, I didn't know about it until I was a coach, but I wish I would have known about it before because it changed my life so much. And so I think that it is a huge thing, and I really recommend adding it into your groups. So every day in the morning, my first post is like a quote from whatever book it is that you're deciding to, read with your group. Okay, Nayeli asks about if you're doing a different diet than the 21-day fix. I don't think it matters, because I don't usually do I have a few times, but I don't usually do the programs with my challengers. I think there are some coaches that only do that because they like that, your challengers want to be participating with you. But I just do whatever I'm doing, and I always teach the 21-day fix, meal, always 21. So it doesn't matter what program I'm doing, and even I'll be doing the 21-day reset, and I will still be doing running my challenge group with the workouts and the 21-day fix meal plan. So I don't think it necessarily matters. I think you can totally do it, Nayeli. I'm not seeing the question I posted, so I'm going to post again. I don't know. How do you manage multiple conversations going on? She starts to feel overwhelmed that I end up allowing the conversations to dwindle down. Okay, so I am going to I'm going to phone a friend on this one, because I think that my system sucks for messaging, and I don't want to teach it to you guys because it sucks. I'm not good at following up, and I have no organization, but there is a great system out there, and Jamie Nelson and Autumn, and I don't know if Jen's on here, but it's called Teamsy, and I want Emily, someone unmute themselves that uses Teamsy, maybe Jamie or Autumn or something, but talk about what that is, because I think that would help you not feel overwhelmed, right? Fight the overwhelm.
Okay, so I actually, oh man, I wish I had my phone. Heather may see it because I sent her a picture, but I just got done doing my Teamsy earlier today. So what Teamsy is that you can take your friends list from Facebook. You could take all your customers, coaches, everyone that's in your back office, and you can upload them into Teamsy, and then it categorizes them: prospect, coach, customer, and you set your goals of what you want for the year. So if you want to be making $60,000 by the end of the year, then Teamsy is going to make it to where how many people you need to reach out, how many invites you need to do. And with Teamsy, it's just going to make it to where it's going to provide all these people that you would never have thought of reaching out, because you're going to reach out to people you see on your Facebook on a regular basis. But the reason you're seeing those people on your Facebook on a regular basis is because you're liking their posts and you have activity and stuff going on with them. And so I think that Teamsy is probably the best thing for me, because I am not very organized, and it keeps it to where all my conversations are organized. So I go through, I reach out to however many prospects. Actually, today I reached out to 36 people, and I did 36 people, 26, I don't know, and then a ton of invites, just because I'm really trying to end the month strong. But you can do it, and it helps you know that you're using your time wisely, because you're spending so much time going through Facebook or your back office trying to find people to talk to, and you're wasting time. So you're actually not getting to as many people as you think you are, because you're just get lost in the scroll. You're going from one friends list to another friends list, trying to figure out who's a coach, who you can talk to. And this is just simple. You go through a list. You can put your conversation that you had with them in there. And Teamsy, ever since I've started in August, has updated constantly. So they have scripts in there now. You can actually email people straight from Teamsy now, which they did not have that until a couple months ago. It's one of those things, just like the Challenge Tracker app, that if you stick with it, they're constantly updating it and making it better, but they need people to use it to know what to make better and what improvements they need to do. So I know for me, when I have conversations going, Teamsy is a lifesaver, and I will do all of my messages out. If people are responding back to me while I'm in my power hour, I will not respond back to them during my power hour, because you get lost in conversation and I get distracted. If you're anything like me, I get distracted over the wind blowing. So I have to make sure that I don't do it. And then what I do is I do my power hour, and then I will take a break, and then I go back and respond to all those messages, so that you know that you're doing your power hour and you're not just sitting there messaging back and forth with somebody, and you're getting good use of your time. I don't know if that was helpful.
Yes. And one thing I will say, when I was setting up Teamsy, is it tells you this like, you have to rate these people. It's so important. You got to rate them. So you like import all these contacts, and then you're supposed to rate people to say, like, 1 is you don't want to ever talk to them again. 5 is someone that's like a really good prospect or someone that's in your current challenge group or something. And so you can rate them, and they're automatically rated a 3. And I was like paralyzed at the rating because I'm like, you're friend requesting all these people and you don't know who these people are, right? I'm like, I don't know who these names are. So I was like, Jamie, what do I do? And she was like, just leave it at 3, and as it comes, because Teamsy will cycle through everybody, and as they start coming up, then you can rate them. So then say like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't coach men, so any male, I would just move the 1, you know. So if you get hung up, just don't get hung up there, because I was like, and it was like I was setting up late night, and I was like, well, Jamie's asleep. What do I do? I don't know how to. What do I do? So I think I messaged you in the morning or that night.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to say on Teamsy, you have to utilize it. And as you're going through, it is a learning process. I'm really sorry. My kids are being really loud.
We can't hear them.
Okay, good. So you can put tags. So if somebody's messaging you and you're like, oh my gosh, you are so cool. I want to do Country Heat, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, awesome, sweet. And then you tell them the price. They're like, oh, well, maybe I'll do that later, blah, blah, blah. You go in and you can put a tag, interested in Country Heat, interested in 21-day fix, interested in the coaching opportunity. You can tag them I'm a twin mom. So if they're a twin mom, I make sure they're a twin mom. You can put your notes in there on what you guys have talked about. Were they injured? You could, if they're having a baby and their baby's due in 3 months, follow up. You can go follow up in 3 months so that they'll pop up in your follow-ups list, because those people are easy to forget about, you know, or they're like, oh, I don't get paid until blah, 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 blah. And then you can have it to where Teamsy alerts you and you follow up with them on that date. But you have to be using Teamsy every day or you're going to be missing your follow-ups. And you have to categorize them, otherwise it's going to be really overwhelming.
So you get a 30-day free trial after that, and they don't even ask for your credit card at sign up, which is really nice. So you're not going to get automatically charged, but you get a 30-day free trial. And the reason that I think it would be great is the reason that you're probably feeling overwhelmed with your messages is because your brain is very scattered. That's what happens to me because I'm not an organized person. So I don't think it's the fact that you have so many messages. I think that you probably feel like you're being pulled in a million different directions, but Teamsy will streamline that for you. So give it a try. Don't sign up until you're like gonna really do it, because otherwise, like I know Autumn signed up for the free 30-day trial and didn't use it, and then missed it, but now she uses it now, and she says I do double the work in half the time. So and that is something I'm going to be, and I see a bunch of, like, anyone that uses it, all the heads are nodding. Yes, I see Tracy, I see Jess, Anna. So definitely check it out, you guys, because like everybody that uses it, I've never heard anyone that was like, I use Teamsy and it sucked. Everyone that uses it loves it and it moves their business forward. For sure. So do that, because I think it will streamline your thoughts. Okay, I'm going to move on from that question. Thank you, Jamie. Okay, someone said real quick, if you create groups, do you delete them after you finish? Letty does. I don't. It's probably a good idea too, because I've heard that Facebook like puts you in jail if you have too many groups, whatever. But it's a pain in the ass, and so I don't do it. How do you give people a free trial to BOD access? I think it's just like you go to the club membership link. I've used the Simple Coaching Links website. It's just like the free membership there, I think is what they do. Okay, then someone asked, after being a coach for 2 years, I have no more ideas on posts and topics to post in my general support group. I can only post so much encouragement and fitness moves daily. Any tips? Okay, so I don't know what a general support group is. I'm guessing that's just like an ongoing accountability group. So Zulema, can you unmute yourself because I have a question? So
yes, ma'am.
Okay, I don't know where you are, but so your daily or your accountability group, what is that?
It's basically just my general. Hold on, sorry. It's basically my general support group. Like after all my free groups, I put them all in one specific group to keep them all together and keep them all in one spot, basically.
Okay, and so then do you post in there letting them know about your upcoming paid groups, or what are you posting? You're just posting like What are you doing in that? Like, what's happening in that group?
In that group specifically, it's actually a mixture of girls that already have a challenge pack and girls that have already done my 5-day free cleaning group. So I use that as like the ones who did the 5-day free cleaning group. They have a chance to see, girls that are doing a program, and
okay, so
then I'll
that's
post.
The challenge group and your ongoing group. You like add everybody into that group.
Got it. There you go.
Okay, so then I don't understand. Now I guess my question is, I don't understand how you're running out of posts, because if you're running it like your challenge group, you should be doing the same thing every day. Like the way that I do my challenge groups. So I know Letty posts like everything that she's doing. So she'll post like her shake and her meals and her work. Like she does that. I don't do that. And I wish that I did, but I don't. So what I do is I do a motivation post in the morning. I do a question, comments, concern, whatever's going on in your mind post that I make sure that I go through and answer those questions at, sometime in the afternoon. I do a rate your day post, and I do a your what's coming up tomorrow. So you post your sweaty selfie on that when you wake up in the morning. So those are my 4 posts that I do. You could always add in, and randomly I'll go live in there and like do my shake recipe or whatever. So I don't think you need to be coming up with a bunch of new content if it's not a new group. Like literally, this is what I do. This is my what I'm showing you right now is my knockout boot camp posting schedule. This is what I did. So as I was creating my boot camp in January, every post that I did, I copied and pasted and put it in here. So these are all the posts that I do. I'm not doing strictly core to force anymore, but like this is everything. And then in February, even if people were in January, if they go into the February group, they get all of these posts again, because they don't need, like, it doesn't have to be super new, fresh stuff all the time. Because if it's going to be new people added all the time, it doesn't really matter. So I feel like you might be overthinking it. And if you guys are feeling like you have to come up with new content for your groups every day, you don't need to do that. That's too much work. If it's in your routine, like it's in Letty's routine to post in her groups, so if it's in your routine and you don't have to think about it and it's not really taking like brain power, then post your workouts in your groups and post recipes. Like do that, but I don't think you need to come up with new content. I am a huge fan of using scripts for your conversations and personalizing them, but then using the templates for your challenge group. So if you guys are doing that and you're going to be running 5-day clean eating groups, put together your template that you're going to put for every single clean eating group, because otherwise you're making more work for yourself that is just not necessary. I don't know. What do you think about that, Letty? Is that what you do? I know you're active in your group, so you post a lot, but you still have templates that you use, right?
Yeah, I still have templates that I use in every group, like you said. So the people who were in my February group and jumped in my March group, they saw some of the same posts, which is why I like to do like just in the day posts too, because it kind of mixes them up where they're seeing last month's post and they're also just seeing, which is the same thing that I post, just my meals or whatever, or like Autumn posts something, or I'll try to throw in once in a while new content here and there. But like Ashley said, if it's taking too much brain power, then I don't. It's just kind of like, oh, this would be cool to share, and I would just share it in there.
Yeah. So don't stress out about it, Zulema. And if any of you guys are stressing out about it, create a system for yourself, because what's going to happen, and you might not believe this now because like you maybe are newer as a coach, but you have to think what's going to happen. Like right now, you guys, I get a minimum of, like, I just opened a sneak peek group last night. I have 500 requests already. Like, you have to think about what's going to happen 3 years from now when you have a massive team and you're an elite coach, because you all will be, if that's what you're shooting for. You have to think about setting up systems for yourself, and you don't want to set the precedent of like anything that you wouldn't be able to sustain as your business grows. So that's why I also, like, if you have boot campers or challengers or whatever, message you questions one-off that aren't putting them in the group, that's a precedent you don't want to set. So you say, that's a great question. Could you put that in the challenge group so everyone else can see it and I'll answer it there? So you're redirecting people, because as your team grows, as your business grows, you want to, make this easier for yourself and don't create more work for yourself. So just think about that as you're going. Your business, you might have time to do certain things now, But that time could be better spent probably starting new conversations and growing your business instead of, doing all these one-off things. And it is more beneficial for your group to see questions that other people have and other people posting in the groups. People get nervous. So that's what I would say to that. How often do you post about your bootcamp biz opportunities? I post every day probably about my bootcamp. Something where it's just like my caption and at the end is like, still time to join my bootcamp, looking for help, reach out to me to join my bootcamp. If it's an inspirational post, I'll put at the end, like, and if you don't know where to start, I have a bootcamp I can plug you into, or I'm just a message away or whatever. So I probably talk about that every single day. And then the business opportunity, I probably talk about it a couple times a week, just kind of how this coaching has changed my life a little bit. And only once a month do I open up that like sneak peek thing. But I don't think you can really overpost as long as you're like personalizing it and making them fun and not, images from Beachbody. I think it's fine because we think everyone we're friends with is going to see every single post, and it's just not happening. So, and I learned this when I did those self-love soldier teas. I didn't want to like only talk about the self-love soldier teas. So I talked about it like 3 times. And then I started talking about it when they went out and people were tagging me in them and whatever. And people were like, you guys, people on the team were like, how did I miss this? Like people that I'm friends with and missed it. And that was just like a wake up to me of like, wow, people really, even people that that are like interactive with me still didn't see when I posted about this, which means people that are not interactive with me are not seeing hardly anything I post. So you can't, if you're being creative and, personalized with it, I don't think you can overpost about your passion and your excitement and, what you have to do. And I think Letty and I both kind of feel that way. We both kind of tag those things on. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I use the challenge app to log things and a Facebook group because I like the interaction better on Facebook group and I like that I can go live. I think, Letty, you're using the app more I'm seeing on Snapchat, right?
Yeah, I started using it too because I used it when we did the, the Health Fed in January. And I asked the people and they're like, what do you guys like? And some of them were like, we like both. Some are like, we really like the app. And there was actually a few of them whenever I moved them over to February and I didn't use the app, they're like, but where do we log in our workout and our shake? So I think the app is really good because it just gets people in the habit of logging in their workout, logging in their shake, creates that habit. I do think the app is kind of more boring because it's like not as friendly user and you can't interact as much or as quickly as you can on Facebook. So I just do both now and I just let them know like we're going to use both. The app is mainly for you to log or to check in, and the Facebook group it's more for just participating, engaging, and live videos and stuff.
Okay. I just saw this question. Sorry, I thought you were done, so I interrupted you. I talked too much. So how to take good selfies. Just really quick, I'm going to touch on this. 1, good lighting. 2, look into the camera, not at your face. The camera. And always smile. You're not allowed to post a picture like this. Dang it, you can't see me. I'm going to just be like, and then your caption is, I'm so tired, long day at work. Who the hell does that inspire? Nobody. Everybody's tired. Everyone had a long day at work. It's not inspiring to anyone. So, of course, you're not going to, I have no leads. Well, then every freaking picture's like this. And I'm like, I see that from people. Okay, so good selfies, look into the camera, get good lighting, always smile. Because there was also another coach, not on our team, but I saw, and she would post her post-workout selfies, and she'd be like, red-faced and sweaty, totally down with, and then she'd be like, so then you're like, okay, well, that doesn't make working out look fun. I don't want to do that. Like, don't look like you're miserable. Nobody wants to join your misery party. People want to join your champagne party. Speaking of, I'm empty. But, so that, I feel like you just need good lighting, a good inviting smile, and look into the camera, and, you cannot look miserable in anything. There are times you can look sad, like, Letty's grandma just died. You're allowed, but if you notice, I even noticed, I went through and I'm like, she is still trying to smile. Because no matter what's going on in your life, you're a ray of sunshine. There is negativity everywhere, especially in everybody's head that's following you. You are a ray of sunshine, or you're not going to be successful. You're not going to be followed because you're not adding value to people's lives. If you are just adding to their negativity pile, then that's, that nobody cares. No one, and Gary Vee says that nobody cares about your complaining or your whining except for people that have to because they love you and your lame ass friends, right? You guys heard that when we went to that Tony Robbins thing? So, that's my selfie tip. You don't have to be perfect. There's like Sarah Molnar, she's who we had on our call a couple weeks ago. She's not good at selfies. She just always looks happy and is positive and like, but you don't have to have like perfect anything. You don't have to be really good at selfies. You just have to like act like your life is a party and people want to join you. And if you're going through something where your life isn't a party, you're not only allowed to like be sad. Like Danielle's going through some shit right now, and even she's showing up. Because that's what you have to do. You spin it and win it. Yeah, I mean, don't take them in the bathroom. I take selfies in the bathroom. I don't take them on the toilet. I think that's weird that people take them on the toilet and show their squatty potty. Like, we get it. Everyone takes their phone in the bathroom. We don't need to know that you do that. Like, there's just things that we don't need to know. So I get it. But I take selfies in the bathroom all the time because that's my mirror. So I don't know if that's what you meant, but.
And you guys can also get this little there's lots of devices that you can add to like if you have shitty lighting in your house, then buy this thing. This was like $20 on Amazon, and there's lots of little things that you can buy to clip on. Like this can clip on your phone, and it's like a little Lumi case, and it just brightens up your face. And you can use it for videos or whatever. That's another thing. I've seen a lot of coaches go live or do workout videos, and the videos are so dark. No one wants to see a dark video. So that's another thing they don't have to be perfect, but do have good lighting where people can actually see you. So it's worth the investment in little things like this, and they're not that expensive.
Yeah, facing a window is big. Also, the app Snapseed, Amanda Panino taught me about it because her photos are always amazing with color. So Snapseed, it's kind of hard, but I just use a few things in there, but you can brush and you can lighten things, and then you can saturate things as well. Snapseed, yes, thank you, Letty. I think it's a free app, and maybe there's upgrades, or maybe it's paid, but most of to get my hair, those of you who have seen me in person, my hair's not always as bright as it looks in those photos, but I brighten it with the saturation, instead of because in Instagram, if you use saturation, you saturate the whole photo. But Snapseed, you can use a brush to only add more color to certain areas, or I use exposure a lot. If my photo's dark, I'll use the brush to use exposure over the background or something like that. So Snapseed's a good app that I've been using lately too, if you don't have good lighting at the time. Okay, and then I'm just trying to see if there's any other questions. Was there any other questions that I missed? I feel like there was one, but I don't know. Oh, someone said tips for a new coach. Okay, the only thing that I would say about we're at 1 hour. So we're going to end this soon. But what I would say for a new coach is, and I kind of talked about this on my call yesterday, but I didn't get to go into as much social media coverage as I wanted to, but choose 5 things that make you that you're going to post about, and you post about those things. So for me, I'm a dog owner. People know that I'm a dog owner. I do product and beauty things that I find. I do a lot of self-love posts. I do things about drinking because that's part of it. And lately I've been doing things about unicorns because with this hair, all of a sudden, the unicorn is totally a part of my brand now. So your brand might evolve, but pick 5 things, and then you're going to post about those things. And then you're going to tell the story to your former self. So you're going to tell, as your caption, you're not just saying, sweaty selfie, oh, I worked out today, whatever. That's it. You tell a little bit of a story of, why did you work out today? Or how was your workout today? Or, why did you, you working out today is someone different from who you were before. So you always want to give like a little bit of value in every post. And so you're thinking about who you were. Like I always think about, I'm talking to the Ashley pre-Beachbody or the Ashley, you know, a couple of years ago and telling stories to them, because what I want to do is have an eye-catching image, which goes to the smile and the looking in the camera and good, you know, whatever. But then I also want to have my caption be something that's going to evoke emotion in some way, like you're talking to me. And so, but you are a Beachbody coach, and your 5 things, one of them is not that you're a Beachbody coach, because you're going to post about that. You should be posting about that. You should be posting about your workout every day. It's not that you're a Beachbody coach, but you're going to provide value in other areas, and that's what's going to attract your tribe to you. So you guys notice, I attract like the people on my team, right? Most of us are drinkers. Like we like to have a good time. You don't necessarily have to get like soup. Like maybe people don't drink as much as I do, but you like to have fun, right? So like that's because that's a part of my brand. So whatever it is that makes you you, you want to put that out there. So you're attracting those people to you, but you're not just sharing things with like that it's the Ashley show. And that's what I said yesterday too on the call. Like it has to provide value. So you ask yourself every time you post, when you put that up, if I were not posting this, like what would I get out of it? Or what would I think? Or what would I see, right? If this was not me putting this up, if someone else was posting this and this was in my newsfeed, do I get any value from it? And if the answer is no, then you don't post it, except for maybe sometimes when your brain isn't working and you can do like 1 out of 10 to maybe 1 out of 15 posts are allowed to be like not nonsense. That, you know, you're just whatever. But most of your posts should be providing value and good content. And so that's what I would say for a new coach. New coaches, 4 vital behaviors. That's it. If you rock the vital behaviors, then you rock your business. But one of those vital behaviors is inviting, and I think social media is a really big part of that. So, you know, making sure you're showing up every day, posting 3 times minimum. You're not just a coach. You're happy. You're having a party in your life. You're sharing your gremlins. Like if you didn't listen to my call yesterday, listen to the call because I think I'd go deeper into that stuff. But that's what I would say to a new coach. You can be successful if you do the 4 vital behaviors and you show up in people's news feeds with value and not just kind of one-dimensional, I'm a coach. And but I say one-dimensional, if your 3 posts a day are, I did my workout, I'm drinking my shake, and I'm eating a healthy dinner, that's not super valuable to people. You know, like it's like a little bit valuable, but not really. So pepper in other things about your life. Pepper in mom tips. Pepper in beauty tips. Pepper in products that you find. Ask them questions. Like just, you know, whatever it is. If you love reading books, start a freaking book club on your page. Like Letty shares that all the time, books that she reads. So that's what I would say to a new coach. And I'm talking even more this call because I know Letty's throat hurts. Wink, wink. I think I'm just talking because I like to talk. But Letty, anything to add?
No, that's perfect.
Okay, cool.
So one thing I would just add to that, which is one of the vital behaviors, is just rock your program and rock, you know, your Shakeology, because that's going to be the biggest motivator for other people to want to join you. It's them seeing progress, not perfection. Not perfect body, perfect weight, perfect 6-pack. No, it's seeing you make progress, being proof the products work. I think that's the biggest thing, especially when you're new, you guys, because a lot of people don't know you yet for a health and fitness coach. Especially if out of the blue, you just decide you're going to be a Beachbody coach and you have no credibility and people are iffy about joining you. Like, oh, now she's doing that. And I think that goes for people who try a lot of things and you're known for trying a lot of things and not sticking with it. So people just want to see proof. They want to see progress, whether that's mental progress, emotional progress, any tiny progress. As long as you're progressing, you're happier, you're healthier, and you're showing that, people will eventually want to join the party. Eventually is the key word though, but you have to keep showing up, and you just have to keep rocking what you're doing and being confident about it. And, you know, like giving people FOMO, like they need to want what you have, basically. You're doing.
Yes. And have patience, because as a new coach, you're super stoked, you're ready to rock. People are just starting to, they're expecting you to fizzle out. And I guarantee you, and it's the saddest thing ever, a year from now, 80% of you will not be here. It sucks. But when I see my time hop and people tag me in these things like, I had a call tonight with my team. I love it, love it, love it. And I'm like, you fucking quit 2 months after you put that up. That's what people expect you to do. Be here, you guys. Patience. Patience. Legit. Like, it did not happen overnight. I joined in 2012. In 2012, I joined, and finally, like, recently, I mean, I was, an elite coach, but, like, it's just always improving. And if I would have quit in 2012 when I had 3 likes every other photo, when most of my photos got no likes, I wouldn't be here, and none of you would be here. Like, patience, guys. Do the things that you know work, and then don't expect magic to happen overnight. This is not a get rich quick, but it is a kill every goal you have and, like, live the best life ever as you get rich. But if you quit and you give up before the magic happens, then nothing that we tell you on how to be successful is going to work if you're just going to give up. Patience, because I don't want 80% of you to not be here a year from now. I want 100% of you to be here a year from now, killing life. Like, it just makes me so sad when I see that time hop. People that were so excited and then decided, this is too hard. One, it's not hard. It's not hard. What we do is not hard. Your job as a Beachbody coach is to live the best life that you can. That's your job. That's it. It's not to get the most successful points or to be an elite coach or to recruit the most people. It is your job as a Beachbody coach to live your best life. And you're giving up on that because you're not getting enough successful points, because you're not getting enough yeses. You're getting too many no's. It's uncomfortable. Like, patience. Do these things that we're saying to do, and then do them every single day for a year. And then do them for the next year, and the next year, and the next year. And then you might be sitting like, I am the number 1 fucking coach. How did that happen? I don't know. But, like, that happened because I didn't give up. You just have to believe in what we're doing. You have to show up, and you trust that this system works. I had no calls like this. Neither did Leticia. When we joined, we had nothing. We didn't have anyone to show us the back office. We didn't have any push to Emerald. We didn't have any support. We had no hands held. We just did it. And so if you just do it, you guys, like, I don't want to hold your hands, and I don't want to sabotage your success. I want you to do it. I will help you as much as I can. And all of a sudden, I'm, like, super fired up, and I don't know where this came from, but, like, it's insane what has happened to my life in the last, like, since November. It is fucking insane what has happened to my life. And I did not mean to go viral. I did not know that post was going to change my life. You don't know what post is going to change your life. You don't know when you're going to sign that coach. You don't know. Like, my coach, you guys, my coach was placed in Danielle's first business center, which you guys are all in Letty and I's first business center or second business center, and we're going to be here 30 years from now. So you're in a good spot. You still joined early because we're going to be in this business for 30 more effing years. So you're in a good spot. So Jess, my coach, is in the number 1 business center of Danielle, which means once you get to 2-star, you can sign yourself, whatever. She placed me on her inside leg. She didn't know I was going to do what I'm doing. Jess Molstad, who is she's my sister-in-law, and I adore her. She's making $150,000 a year minimum, capping out on cycle bonus because she put me in the right spot. You don't know when you're going to sign a Rockstar coach. You don't know when you're going to have a Rockstar post. You don't know. I didn't know it was going to take me 5 years to, like, get to where I am now. Guys, we're making on average $6,000 to $7,000 a week now. Last year, all of last year, we made like $2,000. It changed our life. You don't know what's going to happen. And all I did a workout. I drank my shake. I did personal development. I showed up on social media. I had conversations. I invited people to join me, and I had a good time doing it. And I worked. It starts with building your best life. So you can make any excuse you want to, that this is hard, that you're getting no's, that you feel uncomfortable, that you're afraid what people will think. You can make any excuse. I had all of them. Letty had all of them. Guys, I was suicidal when I found this business. You think I cared what people thought? Yeah, I did. Big time. Do you think I care now? No, because I'm riding high, homies. Like, it's just crazy. So I'm so passionate about this because I know what it did to my life. Like, we were living paycheck to paycheck, totally broke. And I don't know if my marriage would have survived it, because the stress of like the finances and someone that's depressed and doesn't love themselves, it's really hard to love anybody else when you don't love yourself and you don't feel like you deserve love from anybody else. I know what this business can do if you do it. I'm not special, and I am not, like, people look at and they say, like, you are special, but I was not like this when I started. You guys go back to my YouTube channel when I started. It's embarrassing. Letty said the same thing. We tried to just redo our Coach Basics training. We couldn't even watch those videos because we're like, we are not even those people anymore. You're gonna suck in the beginning, and that's okay, because you're still working to get better. That's what people want to see. You don't have to be perfect. Like, you just don't. You just do what you know work. You do the vital behaviors. You show up, and then you have patience. And then one day you'll be yelling at your team, like all fired up, because you just want everyone to have the life that they deserve and that they want. And the reason that you've been spending 71 minutes on a call on a Tuesday night lets me know that you guys want this. You don't spend 71 minutes of your time doing something you don't care about, taking time away from your family. So just have patience with it. Like, there's no secrets. If there was a secret, Letty and I would tell you them all. We want you guys to be successful. There's no secret. It's the vital behaviors and it's patience. That's it.
And something I'll add to that just really quick that I read, or something like very early on in my Beachbody world that really stuck to me, was something like, I don't know where I read it or heard it, but it's something like, people will work at a job they hate for 40 to 50 to 60 years. They will work that long at a job they absolutely hate, but you won't give an opportunity 4 or 5 years, that could potentially change your life, that will change your life. Like, that's mind blowing. And, it made me, and that Ashley was talking about time hop. The other day, we went to a cruise last year, and there was a girl, one of my coaches on there, who went, and she hated her job, and she was, I'm doing this. We came back from the cruise, and she just fell off the face of the earth, and she quit. She hasn't technically quit, but she's quit. And I'm just thinking, like, but you hate your job, so you're willing to go to this job every single day that you hate. You're not willing to give this opportunity that you know can change your life. You're not willing to give it 3, 4, 5 years. I don't care how long it takes. And that just blows my mind, you guys. So that's something that stuck with me in the beginning. And I'm like, that's right. If I don't make this work, and I will make this work, I'm not going to, I refuse to go to a job that I am not fulfilled, that I'm not happy, that I'm just, that I'm just checking off the boxes. I refuse to do that. So patience, and Gary Vee talks a lot about patience. And that's the number one reason I feel coaches quit. But it's very, very sad, because then you're okay with living a mediocre life. You're okay with going to a job that you hate, or living the life that you don't like, and it's not enough for you and your family. Like, that's just mind-blowing.
All right, we've kept you from your families long enough. But thanks for hanging out with us, and hopefully you got a lot of questions answered. If we didn't get to it, you can always ask it in our team pages. We'll answer it in there. But thank you guys so much. We love you, and we just want you to be whatever you want to be, everything that you want to be. So, okay.
You guys, good night.